Hey everybody, this is Al Johnson from the Al Johnson Show. And you know what? Thought I'd come up here and give a nice little retrospective about a particular piece of entertainment that came out a number of years ago. And honestly, today seems like a very special day to do so. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Al, today's like any other day. I mean, what's so special about this day in particular? Well, if you are a Marvel or MCU fan like me, you would know that this day is special because January 15th, 2021 was the day Marvel's WandaVision premiered its first two episodes on Disney Plus. And it's crazy, it really is crazy to believe that, wow, 5 years, half a decade has passed since WandaVision graced our screens. And 5 years have passed since we had a really captivating TV show on a brand new streaming service. Because y'all have to remember something. When WandaVision came out, the only premium show Disney Plus had was Star Wars The Mandalorian. And that's all they really had. I mean, yeah, there was the final season of Clone Wars that came out a year before this one, but before WandaVision. But when WandaVision hit Disney Plus, it was like a moment in time. And honestly, I thought I'd come up here and talk about it. But first, if you guys want to support the new content that will be coming out, and if you want to be up to date whenever new videos are released, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell whenever new videos are released. Back to the subject. 5 years. Crazy, man. 5 years. I remember I remember how there was so much intrigue for the show when it was announced. I mean, a TV show about Wanda and Vision, and they're going through the classic TV sitcoms via a decade, like the 50s, 60s, 70s, what have you. And there was also a big old mystery surrounding about what's going on in the town of Westview, New Jersey. And I remember when episode one premiered and we had basically Wanda's take on, I believe it was I Love Lucy. And and the the very catchy theme song. And that was the thing about WandaVision is throughout the show, whatever decade it was in, that theme song would be relative to that decade. And the fashion sense, the clothes, the cinematography, everything. But when episode one premiered, again, we were in uncharted territory because this was 2 years after Endgame. We hadn't had an MCU project since Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home, but since Endgame. And when WandaVision premiered, we were enthralled in the mystery, the drama, and the characters. And I mean, the whole thing about the mystery with what's going on in Westview and what's up with Wanda and how she's using her her powers to alter reality, ultimately to cope with her losing vision, and the fact that she manifested kids even though she physically couldn't make them, so she used magic to make them. And there was so much discussions and theories on the internet for weeks, months on end, so much so that the show became popular throughout. I mean, think about it, y'all. In episode one, if I remember correctly, episode one, there was a moment where Wanda invited, I guess, the next door neighbor couple for no, invited Vision's boss and his wife to dinner. And there was one point where the couple was asking, where'd you guys come from? How long you been married? Why you guys not having children? and the husband begins to choke. And for like 2 minutes, there was this like eerie tension in there because obviously the husband's choking and it's like, oh, this is not going how it was supposed to go. And the wife, who was played by the mom from that '70s show, looking at Wanda with tears in her eyes, it's like, oh, stop it, husband, stop it. Like, you're killing me. Stop it. But then, like, looking at Wanda, like, stop, stop. It's like, what's going on? And you see Wanda playing roles, masking her accent. And then Vision ultimately saved them. And then it was just back to normal, like back to the your regularly scheduled programming. It was weird. And then in episode 2, Wanda found like what looked like a toy airplane in color that had the shield the shield, oh no, the sword logo on it. And then like there was voice on the radio like, Wanda, can you hear me? Are you trapped, Wanda? And then WandaVision would looking outside like, who's trespassing our neighborhood this time of night? And sees a beekeeper, aka a sword agent, coming from the pipes to infiltrate Wanda's reality. And Wanda just be like, no. And then rewind everything back to the moment of, oh, this is going to be a nice adventure in this neighborhood, as if nothing happened. And throughout the show, I mean, even Vision was questioning everything, questioning reality, and Wanda was just like fix it to make it seem like nothing's still going on. Like I said, Wanda would have kids, and there was so much complications. And not just WandaVision, you had adult Monica Rambeau. There was Agatha Harkness, played by Catherine Hahn. And the reveal of Agatha Harkness in WandaVision was predictable, but it was still a brilliant way to reveal the character, especially with the catchiest, arguably the catchiest song from WandaVision. It was Agatha all along, still to this day. And just everything about it. I mean, and even in, I believe, episode 5, when the kids start aging up and they get a dog and the dog dies, and Wanda and Vision begin to have an argument because Vision is discovering what's going on in Westview and what's going on with Wanda and him. And then the doorbell rings, and at the end, there was Evan Peters Quicksilver. Well, we thought was Evan Peters Quicksilver from the then 20th Century Fox X-Men Marvel movies. And man, and there was so much beautiful emotions throughout the show, particularly, I believe it was episode 8. Episode 8? Yeah, it was episode 8. Oh, and also, how could I forget Kat Dennings from Thor: The Dark World, even though I want to forget that movie. She was great and hilarious. But going back to the emotion, I remember episode 8 like going through Wanda's memories and what led to her doing what she did in Westview, creating the Hex, using television sitcoms to mask her sadness and to alter her reality. And I remember there was this flashback scene of WandaVision after Age of Ultron, after our Quicksilver, Aaron Taylor Johnson, died, and Wanda talking about grief like it's a river and how sad she is over it. And she's watching Malcolm in the Middle or TV sitcoms to make her feel better. And Vision, this robot, having this great human line about how, oh, I've never lost anybody because I've never experienced loss, but I understand loss can be I think it's a teachable thing and whatnot. And the most beautiful, to me, the most beautiful line in all of WandaVision: what is grief if not love persevering? And then at the end, Agatha calls Wanda the Scarlet Witch, which was the first time ever in the MCU the name Scarlet Witch was ever said, although subconsciously we Marvel fans knew her as the Scarlet Witch, but was never said out loud in the MCU up until that point. And then the finale, which was a mixed bag of a finale and a mixed bag way to end the show, where Wanda fully becomes the Scarlet Witch and traps Agatha in a mental spell where she still mentally is in a sitcom, even though everything else is not. And then Wanda saying goodbye to Vision and the kids to put on a hex, telling her kids, "Thank you for choosing me to be your mom," and telling Vision, "You are everything from me. You're my happiness, you're my sadness, you're my, I believe, my anger, and you are my love." And Vision cried. A robot cried. And even saying to Wanda, we said goodbye before, so it bears, and we saw each other in a different way. So even though we're saying goodbye now, there's a good chance that we'll see each other again. And then Wanda leaves Westview now being a martyr and basically being, actually not a martyr, a pariah of Westview, to the point that in Agatha all along, anytime Wanda is brought up to certain people in Westview, they're like, "Ooh, don't mention that name. Don't mention that name." And Wanda, I believe, then goes to a secluded cabin and uses the dark hold to find her kids, which then led to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which her being a villain was the right call. I don't care what any stands or any critic has to say. Her being the villain in that movie was the right call, and I'll fight anybody on that. And like I said, we had Evan Peters as Quicksilver, but was really Ralph Boner, which people still criticize to this day, which I don't get it. But just, guys, WandaVision was something where you basically you had to have been there. Even though it's been 5 years, if you guys are watching WandaVision now, after the fact, after everything that's been going on in the MCU currently, you guys missed out. Like, you guys really, I mean, it's cool you guys are watching it, but when it came out, y'all had to have been there. Y'all had to have watched it and tracked everything week to week, the theories, the mystery, the details, the Easter eggs. Y'all had to have been there. And the fact that it's been 5 years since the show premiered, it's crazy to even imagine that. And I'm grateful for the existence of WandaVision. Even though I personally think Loki is the best MCU Disney Plus show, I give full marks to WandaVision that it's basically started the multiverse saga in a way that, although it has its critics and it's been a mixed bag, not to me, when you look back on the good of the multiverse saga, this will obviously be up there as, like, I would say, the pinnacle until Avengers Doomsday, hopefully. But yeah, I say happy 5 years, WandaVision. Man, oh, and now this year we're getting Vision Quest, where we're getting Vision and his story. I'm looking forward to that. Had to mention that. But anyway, guys, that's me remembering WandaVision 5 years later. Let me know down below if you guys have seen WandaVision at any point within 5 years. What do you think of this show? Is it your favorite Disney Plus Marvel show? Is it not? Let me know down below. Thank you all for watching. As always, I've been Al Johnson. You're not. And again, 5 years of WandaVision. What a legacy.